Elevation. My name is Hailey Carr, if I haven't met you before. My husband and I help with everything serve related in our ministry, so if you ever want to serve within Elevation or within our church, we're your people, let me know. I just wanted to encourage y'all with something God has spoke to me about for a few years now. And before I jump into scripture, I actually want to share a dream that I had because it directly ties into this scripture. And if you don't know anything about me, I struggled with anxiety basically my whole life up until a few years ago. And this was at a time when I was leading a life group for Elevation. The anxiety started to creep back in, and it terrified me. And then God spoke to me through this dream. So the dream was that I was standing with my life group girls, and in the middle, we were in a circle. In the middle of the circle, there was a lion. And the lion was going around and viciously attacking my girls. And it was horrifying, like just a lot of chaos, a lot of panic, a lot of fear. And then my girls started looking to me like, what do we do? What do we do? And I told them, stand up to the lion, like scream at him, tell him to leave, like tell him you're not scared of him. And the lion actually came up to me, and I did that. I quoted scripture at the lion. I said, God did not give me a spirit of fear. I'm not scared of you. Leave. And the lion actually like left away from me and started going up to other girls. And then those girls started doing the same thing that I did, and the lion got scared and ran off and did not attack us. So that was my dream. And my friend Bethany Rostenpour was not in my life group. She was visiting my life group that night that I told the girls my dream. And later she sent me the scripture that perfectly lined up with that. And my mind was like, totally blown. I didn't even know that scripture like at that time. And so it was crazy. But, so the scripture is 1 Peter 5:7-9. It says, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of suffering. So I definitely feel like the dream that I had was God's way of telling me like I don't have to be a victim, and that other people are going through the same thing. And so that really ties in with the scripture. So there are basically 4 points that I came up with that this scripture teaches us. And the first one is to be alert. It says be alert and of sober mind. So the first step in being able to fight off the enemy is to know when you're being attacked. And so just being super aware of your negative thoughts that come in, and as soon as you realize something's negative and not of God, you have to start turning that thought around. So be alert. Second is to refuse to be a victim. The scripture says your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. You have to turn your negative thoughts around. Don't dwell on them or entertain them. Basically, you have the power to demand them to leave and to turn those thoughts around. Like, God gave you the power to do that, and you have to do that. It's a spiritual battle. And then number 3 is to stand your ground, resisting him. It says resist him, standing firm in the faith. The enemy is going to be persistent, and you have to be even more persistent than him. And so a great way to do that, just like I did in my dream, is to find scripture to quote and to speak over yourself. So whatever it is you're facing, whatever challenge you're facing, find scripture that combats that and put it on your mirror, set it as your phone background, repeat it to yourself over and over again when you're feeling overwhelmed. And that is super, super powerful. And then number 4 is to stand with other believers. It says the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of sufferings. So we're all in this fight together. You have to find community. It's so, so, so important in life. And if you don't have that community, please join a life group. Like, we're still meeting over video, and you can still join. But I know, like, my life group laid hands over me and prayed for me when I couldn't even talk because of my anxiety. And it's just super powerful to have that in your life. You're really going to have to fight for community during this time. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. But like I said, please, if you're struggling, reach out to this page, or you can reach out to me. I'll pray for you, whatever it is you need to do. But yeah, we miss you a lot and can't wait till all be back together. Bye, love y'all.